decided to go live. I was trying so hard to hook up the microphone, but maybe it's a good thing the microphone isn't plugged in. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll go over here first. We had a big storm, like, not too long ago, and they had to take a bunch of trees down because it knocked a bunch of trees down. Oh, shit. I'm probably about to actually go on a hike because I brought enough of a drink. Oh, let me go in this spot. Oh shit, spider web. I knew there was. That's why I wanted to put my hand out. I hope everyone's doing good. I know there probably isn't many people yet. But I was just trying to go live because, like, I'm home now, so I'm just able to come down to the river, like, much easier. But I couldn't decide whether I wanted to make a video or whether I wanted to make a live stream. So I'm just vibing here live. So, like, sometimes I might ramble on. Y'all can ask questions if you want to. Literally about anything, really. Solar Lena Luna, what's going on? Jacob, what's going on? I think it says Quiet TK. What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Dude said, FNNC Mine said, it's bald guy. What's up, dude? What's going on, man? Graphaton Williams says, can you do a backflip? Actually, no. That would be great, though, to eventually learn how to do a backflip. I've been trying to just learn how to do a handstand push-up, right? Because I can't even really do a handstand. But nah, bro. Number one says, "Hey, man, how are you?" Okay. Well, I'm great. I'm so fucking high. It's crazy because my dab pen broke, so I couldn't smoke on the way, like on my hike. So I just took 3 giant dabs out of a bong instead, and was like, well, that should last the whole hike. FCN Mine says, you looking for Tarzan? Nah, man. I'm Tarzan's distant cousin, you know? Like, nah. Double J TV says, "Are you a Mexican?" No, I'm actually um just like a black and white television. My mom's black and my dad's white, so you know, man, it's hot as fuck out here. Xavier P asks, "Do you know what is coming in your afterlife?" Um, Not details, right? Like, because I don't think anyone on Earth knows every detail, because it's just like there's a barrier. But I've gone on my own shamanic journey, like using things like ayahuasca, DMT, psychedelics, mushrooms, even the plants and herbs, just living this lifestyle. And even before I started living it, I learned, about shamanism and what they believe. So it's like after my experiences, I can just see why they believe what they believe. Like, I can see it, like, because, like, it's this thing. Psychedelics, or spiritually taking psychedelics, can give you access to something that's beyond what this world is. But to say that someone would know everything would be naive, because, like, all we can see is a glimpse. But that glimpse, yeah, that's all you need. So, like, for me, it's like DMT. Like, I think the shamans were correct when they say ayahuasca is the vine of the dead. Like, it allows you to go into the realm of the dead. And it's deep, but, like, it's been here for a long time. Like, shamanism was probably here before any religion was. And, like, every religion is kind of just based off of someone having contact with that thing. And, like, that's why I say I don't think any religion's right, any religion's wrong, or I don't think anyone knows the whatever. I just think something's happening, and we're a part of that thing that's happening. Like, Xavier P, do you know of heaven and hell, Christ, God is man, who walked the earth? Yeah, I definitely love Jesus. Like, not in necessarily I don't want to say a Christian way, but, like, even the Muslims believe in Jesus, right? So, like, he was definitely a powerful man that walked this earth, and, like, I respect his journey, his thing. And I just more subscribe to the idea that, like, heaven and hell isn't necessarily a place because we're already in it. Like, we're already here. We're just in the physical, but, like, I think it's so beyond human comprehension that we just will never fully grasp it. But, like, I would just think that heaven and hell, yin and yang, light and dark, right? God and the devil, up and down. Like, there's a duality to the universe, and because of that duality, it's just this thing that's happening. So if you have a lot of regrets, or if you're someone like Hitler or someone that was whatever, you'll probably have to deal with some shit after you leave Earth, right? Like, but if you were a good man with good moral, like, you'll probably have to deal with less shit. Like, I think there's a common sense factor to that, but, like, whether the details are right or wrong, or that doesn't really matter. I just think there is some truth in all of that. And the only reason why I don't like talking about religion, but I do openly say I love Jesus, right? Because Xavier P. Jesus clearly stated he was God in human form, but that's my issue. I understand that people say that, but these are words in a book, and we don't truly know what Jesus said. We know what people say he said, and like even in translation from Spanish to English or to whatever, you start to lose certain meanings in the translation. So we can argue about the translation, if the translation's correct, or whether Jesus said this or that or this or that. But if Jesus was God or was part of God and Jesus was a human, that would just make it so we are also part of the same thing that he is a part of, because he was here with us, and to be here with us, you have to be a part of the thing that's going on. So like the thing that's going on is this giant God thing. Like it's hard to explain because humans like try to specify it as a man because we're human, but like it's beyond that. So I think no matter what, we're a part of it. But so is the plants, right? The planets are a part. Like Mother Earth is also a part of it. The Milky Way galaxy is also a part of it, right? Like there's something that's going on that's beyond us, but we're all a part of the thing that's going on. But and Kyle Knapp says, if you want the truth about the universe, pick up a science book. Agreed. Because E8, so E8 is this thing in quantum mechanics, right? In quantum physics. And I believe E8 is like, even like scientists, it's not just what I believe. Scientists believe this thing E8 is this thing that like encodes all the particles in reality. Like I can't really explain it, but you could look it up. It's the letter E and then the number 8. But it's definitely one of the greatest scientific discoveries I've ever heard of. Like, but yet it's so new that other people, it's not famous yet. Like, what's famous in quantum physics is string theory, but E8 theory is just a different theory by different quantum physicists who have a different idea. So like I think to understand everything you have to kind of look at everything. Like you can't just look at the spiritual side, you can't just look at the science side, you can't just look at the math side, because mathematics is like this thing that like it's like a language of the universe or something. But like there's, like I said, it's just like you can't just put one thing. I think there's just so many things. Xavier P says, can science tell you the purpose of our life? If you want to hear me talk about that, go to the YouTube channel, like this channel, and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see when I talk about like how to like find your purpose, or what is your purpose in life, or whatever. Because I feel like even if I tried repeating that, I wouldn't be able to say it as good as I did in that video, because like I just free flow everything. So like but that video was I felt like that was one of the best ways I've ever tried to explain that, because I've tried to explain that like multiple times. But man, I'm still dying from that hit. Oh shit, I got a drink. I probably got too high, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. The second question, can science tell, Xavier P says, can science tell us why we should and shouldn't morally do something? No, that's something that no one can. Like, that's something that we all can feel in our intuition. Like, we can feel it. Like, or at least people that are connected. Because there are some people that are completely disconnected, that it's like, like, you know, the serial killers and all of them, they're so disconnected from their humanity that, like, they don't know what the fuck's morally right or wrong. But, like, people that are connected to their humanity, you can feel it in your intuition. And what the fuck was I actually gonna talk about? I had an idea for something. Are you okay, my friend? BLM, it says. I hope you're doing well. And yes, Trump 2024. I vibe with that one, but and I probably shouldn't say that on camera because oh my god, politics. But like, I don't give a fuck. But all the other stuff is like, I hope you're doing well. Cause like, that was strange. Hey, Big Chill, what's going on, bro? It's been a while. Says blessings, Mark Dreams, afternoon to chat. Hey, I appreciate you, bro, for real. Oh, I'm thinking about making this move. I'm debating because I gotta go back in the sun. And it's a ways, but away we go. Prince Jovan says, can anyone see my comments? I can see that comment. BLM, do you even watch my channel? Go back a year ago on my channel and then look at the most recent video on my channel. This channel is more like a documentation of my journey, or of my thoughts on the journey. And then I have my trip report channel, which is Mark Dreams Trip Reports, which is like strictly about my psychedelic stuff. But like, all I do is look in the mirror. I think that's why I asked if you were okay. Cause like, no disrespect, but like, I would never comment things like that on someone's video. Cause I do look in the mirror, right? Like, And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I hope you're doing alright, bro. Like, but like I said, I mean no disrespect. It's just, I've been making videos since 2015, I think. But I originally started it as like a video diary where I wasn't even uploading my videos originally. But like I went through a cancer scare, and I was using DMT at the time, and it just kind of scared me. So I started talking about it. So originally, my first channel was just about my psychedelic experiences. But my first channel got deleted. They deleted my first channel in 2018. And ever since then, man, it's like they shadow ban my content or whatever. But I don't really care because it's more about the documentation of it. You know, like, because you can always push out a video later. Like, you can make a video now, and even if it only gets 100 views, like, in 5 years, 6 years later, you can then start marketing that video out, and it can get thousands of views, or hundreds of thousands of views, like, so, I don't know, I just had like an idea or a plan for my content, or at least for this channel, like, because it's really just this channel that's like that. But I'm so close to kind of, I guess you could say, done with my journey, where I'm just starting to focus on other things now, that, like, you know, I'm thinking about making a new channel and start working on TikToks and Reels and Shorts and all these things, right? Because I could just chop my long videos into like 10 short videos, and like, I have over 700 videos I've made, so like, it's crazy. Man, it's hot as fuck. BLM, you're hilarious. Like, that's what I'm saying. Are you okay, bro? I don't even have healthcare, bro. I haven't had insurance in so fucking long, it's crazy. I need to get some. Like, because I need to do some things, right? Been working on my health and shit, but like, you know, it would be nice to get a doctor to check me out and do all this other shit, but I live a shamanic lifestyle, so I'm pretty healthy. Sasha Takahashi, I think that says, so stay hydrated. I appreciate that. As soon as I get to my spot, which is like in the trees over there, I don't know if you can see them, but like, as soon as I get over there, I'm gonna take the drink out of my backpack and get a drink. But man, BLM, you're weird. Like, I respect you, but like, it's the fact, like, if you knew me personally, like, I would respect you more, because I'd be like, yeah, you know, your words would mean more, you know what I mean? But like, you don't get it. You don't know, because I don't put all my personal things out, but the people that know. But like, I have a 13-year-old daughter, right? Like, I'm, you know, I was raised by a single mother. Like, you know, it's like, just imagine if you were a girl thing. Well, I was raised and taught by women, right? Like, I don't know, I'm raising a woman. Like, I know the struggles, but like, that doesn't matter. We'll overcome struggles. It's a mindset. if you can heal your mental health and if you can get yourself in shape, you can do about anything, right? It's about how you do one thing is how you do everything. So like, get good at one thing, you can get good at everything. Life is just life, you know? But walking around bitter makes it worse, right? So it's like, work on the self before you complain about someone else. Like I said this in a post once, that like, if you're gonna talk shit about someone, you better be perfect, right? Meaning you better be in the best shape of your life. You better be the richest version of yourself. You better have a healed mental health. You better have a close relationship with your kid. Like, you would have to be perfect in order for talking shit to mean something to someone else. Like, if a poor person talks about how you're poor, it's laughable. But if a rich person tells you you're poor, they will help you learn how to get rich. But people that just talk shit but don't know the answer are in the same predicament. Like, BLM, I hope you're okay. Because, like, you know, death isn't real, right? Because life really isn't real. Like, so, like, I mean, America won't be here much longer. I don't know if you know what's going on, how there's this thing called BRICS currency now, but how Brazil, Russia, India, China, like, these places have gone together and created their own currency, which can completely destroy the American dollar. So it's like, the whole system's gonna collapse. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Not America, not our human body, not even the sun. The sun will blow up one day. Nothing lasts forever. So like, it's about just being in it while we're here, right? We have an opportunity, so we might as well use it. We're here right now. And it's like, what are we doing about it? Right? Me personally, I've just been working on myself. You know, I'm taking my time to be like, well, I might as well work on myself. What else would I do in life, right? Like, not work on myself? Like, that's what I mean. Like, oh, fuck. Mud path in my way. I forgot it rained yesterday. And then the storm fucked everything up. I don't like going through this way. I should have put bugs. Oh shit, fuck no, I can't even go that way. That sucks. I should have put my boots on. If I fall in this water, y'all get the permission to laugh at me, okay? Woo! Told you, you'd get the permission to laugh if I fell. But I didn't fall. Holy fuck. It's so humid. I feel like I just walked in a shower. Bro, the storm fucked this path up. Existence Exit says, bro, how can we take help with entheogens and grow ourselves? Man, I wish I could. The short answer is to, where is that? Is to listen to them, right? Like, the plants speak to us. Don't tell me that's it. Oh, fucking bitch. Oh, if I get attacked. Oh, fuck yes. But no, I was just gonna say, the plants speak to us. When we take psychedelics, they speak to us. Like, it's communicating with us. And if we can understand what it's trying to tell us, we can then learn from it and grow from them. But, like, it's hard to explain that, right? Because, like, you kind of gotta learn how to listen, then apply what they're saying, like, integrate it into your life or into the way you think, or, like, it's just little things, too. Like, psychedelics are funny because it's, like, as simple as they taught me how to be a better father, but to be kinder and to listen more, right? Like, fucking thing on my back. But that's because I had to listen more in order to understand it or to get the information out of it. I had to learn how to silence my mind, even if it's just for a brief second. Like, work on meditation things, do focus practices and listening practices and all these things. That's like, I was just trying to grasp the thing better, because, like, DMT is so fast that, like, you could miss it if you look away for a second. Bro, I might as well get my drink. I am so hot that, like, oh man, it sucks. But I like to put myself out in, like, situations like this when it's, like, hot as fuck or whatever, because, like, I do the same thing in the winter, where I like to come down here in the winter when it's cold as fuck. But, like, I think putting yourself in tough situations is good. Ooh. Big Chill says spray Windex on your shoes. Keep bugs and ticks off. Oh, that's great. I wear long pants always, like, when I'm down here, because I know there's ticks out here and all this other shit, but bug spray smells so disgusting that I just hate bug spray, but Soma Alchemy, what's going on? Big chill, DMT, cheap, educated, vacation, spiritual though. Better than Disney World. Fuck yeah, it is. Yeah. I've been at my mom's for a month, right? And she's got AC, and I got this old AC that she gave me. It's at her house though, but I usually don't have AC because like I live in an apartment complex, and I live on the bottom, so like it's kind of almost underground. So like even on hot days, it's not that bad inside. But I got so used to that AC that I'm like, no, I gotta spend more time outside again. Man. I was gonna talk about something because when I can't make a video, I make video notes where like I'll just pull out my phone wherever I am, and I'll tell myself like to make a video about whatever. And bro, I got like 10 different video notes, and like I can't think of any of them right now. It's definitely nice in the shade. Soma Alchemy, you're awesome, says, curious what you're up to with your plant extract business. So I had to put so much shit on hold because of like personal things. Um, my daughter will be living with me, so like I've been preparing for that, and like it's just this whole thing that has happened where like I had to put my attention to something else. But that will help with that something else as well. So like it's just like a matter of dealing with all the shit that's on my plate and then getting it going. Cause like also like having a real job like will take up more time and all this other shit, but like I've been trying to kind of just work on myself. That's kind of why I got in shape, right? Like or made that my focus, cuz the healthier I am, the easier it is for me to do all this shit and to manage this shit and to like it's like stress management. Cuz like I said earlier, like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So it's like I just want to adapt to stress better because I know that everything changes when those things start. Like because it's between the extract business and my life coaching business that I'm going to be doing. So I'll have both of those that I got to keep up with. Got to keep up with the paperwork, got to keep up with the taxes, got to keep up like so much shit that like I'm just kind of preparing for everything cuz once everything starts, I know life changes. And it's like so I've just been kind of enjoying what is. Now that my daughter's a little older, I don't have to worry about like not being like I don't know, there was just so many things that I was trying to take care of because when I actually relaunched the business or both of them, really, like relaunch the one and then launch the other one, then it's like I'm on go for a while because I'm also making music. I'm also working on my book You know, I have my fiction book and my book about my spiritual journey. And it's just like I had to kind of prioritize certain things over other things, or like I would have lost some things. Like I had to prioritize my fictional book so I didn't lose the idea, because the idea just came to me when I was tripping once. But like, it's like I kind of had to play, I got to play the cards right, because like, yeah, I don't want to lose certain things just for the love of money type thing, because businesses will make money, passions will make you happy, working out will make you strong, stress management will be able to make you deal with the stresses of whatever is coming in your life, right? Because it's like, something I realized is like, a lot of people want to be rich or want a successful business or want to whatever, but it's like they don't realize that they will have to be a completely different person to be able to manage that business. Like, if you're not successful now, then your personality wouldn't be able to hold success for that long, right? Like, there is a there's a mindset to it. There's practices and things you need to learn, things about taxes and investments, because if you just own a business and you are spending instead of investing, then you started a business before you actually understood the wealthy, right? Like, it's just, man, I just want to do this right because it failed once. I don't want it to fail again. So it failed once because I jumped into business without being prepared. You don't go to war without being prepared, right? And it's like, I realized that about myself. So then I started, educating myself on all these things, understanding the business thing, investing, Bitcoin, crypto, like the whole thing. So like, and then also working on other things, because I still sell herbs locally, right? Like, I just don't do it online, but I still sell herbs locally. So it's like a thing where I'm still doing the thing, but to get the website back up, to do all this other shit, I got it. Like, it's like too many things on my plate. So I'm just trying to finish the music. I finished getting in shape, finished all, like, just so I can make a little room so I can dedicate my time to something else, which will be the business stuff. But like, man, because also along with that business stuff, it's not just the herbal business, because my plan is to, like, I'm going to chop every long video, like not every, but like a lot of my videos, I'm going to chop them up into 10 small clips, like for shorts, TikTok, reels, whatever. And then I'm going to work on flooding just all of that with that content, right? And my plan is at the end of the videos, at the shorts, is to advertise the herbal business, or if you want to support, go here, go there, like just that thing. And it's like, it's so hard for me to focus on marketing and focus on the art at the same time. Like, in order for the art to be what I want it to be, the videos to be what I want them to be, the business to be what I want it to be. Because it's like, people start businesses, but it's like, what does their business stand for? Like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, people make videos, but what the fuck are they making videos for? Right? Like, people make music, but what are they making music for? Is it because their soul is calling them to make music, or because they ended up getting rich from music? Right? Is it because their soul is calling them to make a business, or is it because they just know they can make money from business? And it's like, man, life is hard because it's so complicated to explain the way that I think, because this is just the way I think, right? And so I just look at shit and I'm like, well, everything will get there. Because when I was 25, I made a 10-year plan, and like, I started my business in 2017. When it failed, I just realized I was still a kid. Like that's the thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry if I ramble on, but like that's the original thing I wanted to make a video about was like I didn't realize I was still a kid until I turned 30. Now that I'm 30, I can see oh this damn bird. But now that I'm 30, damn. Now that I'm 30, I just feel like I am a man now. It's weird. Like I feel like a man. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I'm starting to think like a man. It's like you don't realize how naive you are until you're out of it. You don't realize how weak you are until you get strong. You don't realize, right? Like, it's that looking in the mirror thing. Like, if you don't look in the mirror, you don't know yourself. So it's like you don't know your flaws. Like, you don't know, like, why people trigger you or why you're mean to people or why you're like angry or bitter or like because when you're young you don't see that, you're just reacting. But getting grown made me realize I don't have to react to everything, I don't have to get mad at everything, I don't have to tell everything. Like I don't know, it's a weird thing. That damn bird, I get it, bro. I don't know what the fuck you are, but like dude's so loud. FNNC Mine says, do you believe in Illuminati? In 2012, way before I got into psychedelics, I did, because that's what got me into researching things. Like Alex's Jones video about Bohemian Grove, right? Like I seen all that in 2012, which then made me start digging and researching and all this different shit, right? But as I've gotten deeper in it, like in the just my journey and learning and growing, I don't think it's what we think, right? Because there was a secret society actually called the Illuminati, like just like there's a secret society called Skull and Bones, and then like there's the Freemasons, right? These are secret brotherhoods, or you can call them secret societies or brotherhoods or whatever the fuck. But like the Freemasons get a bad rap as well, right? Which I've been talked to about people wanting me to become a Freemason, right? And like it seems very Illuminati like, but like I don't think it's like that. I just think it's like I was talking to this dude, he's seen the content, and it's like, no, I'm not really interested in joining someone's group or whatever, because I'm just me, right? I that's why I say all the time I'm just living a shamanic lifestyle, and like it's just I'm not a part of any group. And I forget who said this, I think it was Terrence McKenna or somebody said like I wouldn't be part of any group that would want me as a member, right? Like it's that thing. Man, hot as fuck. If you got any questions, just ask. Like, if not, I'll probably just ramble on and in a second. Might get another drink real quick. Look at how old this tree is, right? I can't even explain it. And yeah, sorry, someone fucking spray painted on it, but like it's starting to go away. But like I don't know how to explain how old this tree is or how big this tree is because I can't really stand next to it because there's so many plants in the way. But like, I can't even get really close. This is about as close as I can get. Like, I probably shouldn't have got that close. That tree is so old. That tree has seen me grow. Like, I had my first 3 LSD experiences down here where me and my friend Fi and his wife walked this whole path, but we went all the way down because it goes all the way down. And like, when we were tripping, obviously it felt like we was lost in some jungle somewhere or whatever, and like it was dope because then we crossed the river because at like a part all the way down the hill kind of splits open, and it's like the river kind of splits in 2 spots with one hill blocking off, so like if you go behind it you could see this other side, like this part of the river, but it's like just split. And we went back there, went on the other side, felt like we was on some fucking lost island somewhere, right? Because like it was my first LSD experience, so like even though, you know, I did LSD after I did DMT, it still blew my mind because I didn't know what it was gonna be like. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Like I thought it was gonna be more like DMT, but LSD is definitely its own thing. It helped me the most with my mind. Like I did DMT hundreds of times, but I was still that gangster thug dude, right? It's like LSD helped me look at me better, like look at my own mind better and how I see the world and the thoughts that I have and how I treat other people and just how I treat myself and how I think about myself and how like what I love and what I want to do and like all these things LSD made me think about that was more about me instead of it being about the universe, right? I could stare at that thing all day. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but A48A8 says, what do you think about ordinary people, NPCs, and their attitude towards you and people like you? That's a really good question. Because at the end of the day, I think they're just like you and me, right? They're just like me. Or, better words, I was just like them. Like, I think everyone is an NPC unless you were raised by someone that wasn't, or like that already kind of broke out of that thing. But for the most part in our generation, everyone kind of is born an NPC. Anyone who's old enough, they were born an NPC, born before information was available, born at a time where people told you what life was, and you had to believe them that that's what life was, and that's all life can be. Like, I was born in a society where I was told I'm black, just like my mom's black and my dad's white, but I was raised by my mom, so it's like, to the world, I'm just, I had an afro back then, so like, I'm just some black kid, and like, I was treated that way, and I was raised that way. So then, when I was a teenager, I became some gangster thug dude, and was like just some thug dude robbing people, got sent away for armed robbery when I was 14, right? And like, that's why I say everyone is an NPC, everyone was stuck in it. And it's like, I don't feel bad for them, and I do kind of feel bad for them, but like, it's just, everyone wakes up on their own time. And like, for some people, it's just not their time, right? For me, it was. And when they get the calling to go down a certain path, they will, whether it's in this lifetime or the next, right? Like, eventually, everyone has to face the music eventually, in this life or the next. But you can stay in the Matrix. Like, I look at it like, you get to choose. You can stay in the Matrix and enjoy the game, and like, or you can just break out of the Matrix and learn the cheat codes to the game. But and it's also this thing where you could break out of the Matrix, but then you can go back in the Matrix and kind of use it, right? Like, people that talk about they break out of it, but technically they're still in it. Like I said this in a video, that like, I'm in society, but I'm no longer a part of society, right? I'm in the thing. I have to do the same thing other people do, right? Like, my internet got shut off like 2 weeks ago, and I had to pay the money to put it back on, right? Like, because I was at my mom's, so like, I just forgot to keep up with the thing. Yeah, like, I was whatever. So, but it's that thing that like, we're all human. Even if you broke out, you still gotta take care of human shit. But it's better to do it when your mind is free. If your mind is in your hands, you get to live your life. If your mind is in the hands of someone else, like society or your parents, or the fact that you think you're black, so you have to be black, or you think you're this, so you have to be that, right? If your mind is controlled by someone else, then you will always live the ideas and live the life of someone else. Unless you want to live those ideas, then it's your life, right? But like, it's just everyone's on their own thing. And we'll all get there eventually, There's no rush. This shit lasts forever, right? Like, the universe lasts forever, so we got time. Well, I can't go forward that way. And I don't know how much I can go. I'm already almost out of my drink, and I brought a full liter of juice, so like, I guess it has been an hour. The only way out is the way I came in. Through the trees I go. Oh, fuck. You saw this shit that happened in the storm. Keeps people away from coming down here. I still find it weird when I see people and I'm talking to my phone. Like, oh, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. Oh man, I just stepped in some fucking... The grass was covering it so I couldn't see it, but it was a fucking puddle. That was like a goddamn booby trap. Like, well, that's fart. My foot doesn't really feel wet, but like... I've really been enjoying this summer because, like, I just feel like it's like I can feel this thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's an intuition feeling, but I can feel that once I start doing other shit, life will change a little bit. And it's like, you know, I'm willing to make that change, but I want to enjoy what I have while I have it. Like, do you understand how many rich people have said some of their best times was the journey of them trying to get rich? Like, I really understand. It's not just about rich. Like, if you're trying to get in shape or trying to heal your mental health or getting yourself better, like I went through the breakup I went through, and like having those moments where you are shattered, but then you build yourself back up, or when you're broken, but you build yourself back up, or you're poor and then you get yourself rich, or you're... Bro, the climb is the best part. And it's so cliche, bro, but like, it's the realest thing I can fucking say, because I've been so in the moment with everything I've been doing that it's like I'm just enjoying every fucking moment, no matter what. I even found a way to enjoy the pain by turning the pain into strength, right? Like, by turning the pain into art, by turning the, like, I don't know. Life is just this thing. Don't want to fall in, but... like, I seen this thing. It said, poor people have a lot of time, but no money. Rich people have a lot of money with very little time. Like, there's a thing, and this is why, like, my goal is not to be rich. I just want to have a little more than enough. Like, I don't know how to explain that, because I understand more money, more problems. More money, more responsibility. More businesses, more responsibility. More children, more responsibility. Like, anything more in life is going to require more responsibility. So like, sometimes it's good just to enjoy when you don't have a million things you're responsible for, right? Because I was telling my daughter this as well, like, enjoy being a kid, because she's 13 and now she's like, you know, how teenagers are, they think they're grown and all this other shit, but I was just trying to explain, like, don't rush it. Enjoy this time of being able to not think about responsibility. Like, just enjoy this thing that you're in right now, because being an adult isn't all what it looks like. Being rich isn't all what it looks like. Getting in shape isn't all what it looks like. Healing mental health is not what it looks like. It's all a lot worse than it looks. But that's because people show the good thing, but they never show the bad thing, right? People show the results, but they never show their work. They never show the pain of what it took to get those results, and they barely talk about it. The sacrifices, just so much shit. A4AA8 says, what do you think about our meaning and individual, I think, purpose, or is it all meaningless? I actually made a video about that, and like, I could touch upon it a little bit, but if you go to, after I'm done live streaming, if you go to my channel and you just scroll down like a little bit on my videos, you'll see the video where I said, like, I think it was called, what is your purpose, or what is the purpose of life, or something like that. How do you find your purpose, or something like that. But I feel like I explained it so great in that video. But in a nutshell, a shortened version would be like, you create your purpose, or you're living a purpose that someone's created for you. Like, it goes back to kind of taking control of your mind. And then when you take control of your mind, you take back control of your life. Because then when the ideas in your mind are ideas that you want there consciously, instead of having unconscious ideas in your mind that other people gave you, or that society gave you, or like back to, you know, saying that, oh, I'm black, so I gotta act this way, or I'm white, so I gotta act this way, or I'm whatever. And it's like, we attach our identity to all these things when it's like, you get to choose what you are, who you are, and what you do, and what your purpose is. Like, you find your purpose by creating a purpose, because then it's your purpose, right? If you say, then that's what it is for your life. Like I don't know how to explain it, but you can't just say something random and not truly believe it either. Like, if you say something and you truly believe that is the thing, then that is the thing. You'll also get an intuition feeling, like you might get pulled in a certain direction, or like interested in certain things that other people are not, or think a certain way that other people don't, or like pay attention to the little details about yourself, and that'll help kind of say, okay, well, maybe I should go this way or that way. And because it's not like there's one purpose, and there probably is an actual purpose to the universe, but the purpose wouldn't be able to be understood by a human monkey, right? We're still monkeys, and we're humans, but it's a monkey body, and the universe is beyond monkey. So like, we might not be able to understand the full purpose of the universe, but because the universe is like a fractal universe, the universe has a giant purpose, or God has a purpose for whatever the fuck it's doing, but so do we for whatever the fuck we're doing. So like, if you don't come up with Like, if you're not, I said this in the video, that if you're not putting yourself to work on something, other people will see that you're not working on something, and then society will put you to work on something. So, like me, I've been working on my thing and all these things where it's like I don't have much time because I'm already have a plan on what I'm working on. But if I didn't have a plan for what I was working on, the world would see that and the world would put me to work on something, you know? And there's nothing wrong with working, a job to become manager or whatever, but like working a job for me is just to save money for my things. I don't have a plan to become manager or like a general manager or whatever at one of these places. I just have a plan to have extra income coming in for my thing that I'm working on for my purpose. But like people that don't have a plan or don't have a purpose, it's like what Terence McKenna said. If you don't have a plan, you become a part of somebody else's plan. So it's the same thing with purpose. Fuck, how the hell am I gonna get around? Oh my god. Usually this is full of water. Once again, if I fall, you get permission to laugh at me. Pull up my pants, make sure I don't lose my other phone. I made it. Oh, fuck, there's actually a seat up here. So I get to sit down when I get up here. It's like a bald eagle bird watch place or whatever. But I found that I see more bald eagles when I'm down there because there's a bald eagle's nest in a tree all the way back where I first was when I first started the live stream. And like it's right above this giant patch of motherwort. There's a bunch of motherwort that I harvest naturally from around here. And like the bald eagle nest is right above the motherwort in this tree. I'll never forget this spot either, bro, because first time I did LSD, this was the spot where it actually really started kicking in, because I guess we were like 45 or like 50 minutes to an hour into it. So like it was the first time I sat down and looked at the sky and looked at the trees, and like, it was crazy. Not as crazy as some of the high doses I've had. Some of the high doses have been absolutely incredible. Where I see this giant machine thing in the sky that looks like it looks like this giant machine thing that is creating the Matrix or some shit. It's crazy, but oh, fucking thank God. Oh, this doesn't feel as good as it used to. This used to be like red. Me and my friend, my old friend Twiz, we never did it, but we had a plan to go up there, lay on that spot, and go smoke DMT up there. Because we've smoked DMT on one of the hills around here. I think it was one of the hills over there. But it was like we was on top of the hill, but there was like a cliff. Like instead of the trees right there, it was like there was a cliff drop where you could just see the drop into the water. And like so it was more dangerous than having the trees there. But like I'll never forget it because we was on this hike, me, Twiz, my friend Fi and his wife, and then we laid down like right on the cliffside basically, and with our feet more going towards the cliff and our head, going the back of it, but like we was basically right on the edge of this giant cliff thing because it was a taller hill than this, but and then we just laid there and we smoked DMT, and yeah, good times, good times. Smoking DMT is interesting when like if you have your eyes closed and you're looking up at the sun, right? Because like if with your eyes closed with the sun, it kind of looks orange. So it's like it has this orange background to the whole DMT thing that's happening, right? Like, yeah. A48 says some people say before we came here, we had our lives pre-planned, and there was a goal/purpose to our incarnation. That's quite possible. I definitely vibe with that idea. I also vibe with the idea that like it's like we had an idea, but it's like there's 100 billion or like 100 trillion different possibilities that our life could turn out as, like, because I have this idea that like free will and determinism both exist at the same time, and how like determinism on a god level would be more like a million, a trillion, or whatever possibilities all exist at the same time, and whichever one we end up at is kind of up to our free will. And like, and it's like our intuition is like pointing us to the best outcome out of all those possibilities. That's just an idea, but like, because I was thinking about that when I was like, what is intuition? Like, why is my intuition pointing me that direction? Why do I have this feeling that I need to do this? Why? Right? Like, and why is it when you don't follow your intuition, you end up kind of regretting it? And like, I don't know. It's just there's an interesting thing going on in this universe. Hey, A48 says, I've seen to the grid, like not on the sky, and like pulsating electricity through the net. Yeah, I've seen the net. Hell yeah. But man, that one I'll never forget this one LSD trip because it's like the net turned into some giant fractaled machine thing that had like giant heads on it, like giant, like psychedelic, like I don't know if you've seen Alex Gray's painting. I think it's called The Net of Being or something like that. It was heads like that, giant heads in the sky, and it's like these machine things all connected to this giant machine thing, and it's like some of the machine things had like four heads on it, like there was like a head on each side, and it was like a giant machine thing, and it was just like there was so many of them. It was like it took up the entire sky, like it was like incredible. um and it's happened more than once. Like it happened, I actually seen it on my second LSD trip, and it wasn't as vivid, but like It's like if you know how to let go and you just stare at the sky long enough and you know how to look at it, because it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can kind of teach yourself how to look at the psychedelic visuals better. Or it's just like you can teach yourself how to look at DMT better, or like, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when I did the high dose though, because the second time it wasn't really a really high dose, when I did the extremely high dose, I didn't even have to force to look at, like, it was just there. Like, it was just there. But it definitely interests me because, like, when I'm tripping on mushrooms, yeah, the clouds turn into something, but like fractal things. But like with the LSD, it's different. Like the whole sky has this thing inside of it, and it reminds me of how AI makes pictures. Like if you ask AI to make pictures and everything's kind of blended together, like I don't know how to explain it, but or at least how AI used to make pictures, because they're making it more human like and more whatever. But when it wasn't more human like, it reminded me of the same fractalized things that happened in the visuals, just not what the AI was showing you, but in that style. Like, Fletch, what's going on, bro? Says been watching since the Javanica video. Man, that was a while ago. I appreciate that. Javanica was interesting. I still take Kratom though, because like I think it's the best out of all the Michiganas that I've tried. Because bro, I did some research and there's like so many Michigana trees, and then the Michigana species, like the Kratom Javanica, I forget the other one's name right now, but like then there's also the Psychotria species. Psychotria viridis is the plant that is in ayahuasca that contains DMT. But most of the plants that are in the Psychotria family, they don't contain DMT, they contain opioids. So like very similar to Kratom contains opioids because the Psychotrias and the Michiganas are related to each other. So like I don't know. I went down this whole fucking rabbit hole when I was thinking Kratom was going to become illegal, right? So I was like, if Kratom becomes illegal, it doesn't matter because, there's all these different plants, and that's why I was trying all these different things to see which one works the best. There's also Akawama seeds, which is not in that family, but it also contains opioids that are very similar to Kratom. And it's like, but I just didn't like the Akawama seeds because it's more like a red vein kratom, and I don't really like red vein kratom because I don't like relaxing things. So like that's why back then I was mixing things. I was like, well, if I mix this with this plant, which this plant gives energy, then it might be able to balance itself out. And like, but I'm actually glad they didn't ban kratom though. Bro, it's so hot. This one feels good though. It's good just to enjoy the silence sometimes, right? I'm just sitting out here staring, enjoying the silence. I really wish I had my vape pen though. My my old vape pen broke. Then I got a new vape pen. I dropped that shit 2 times and that shit broke. And that shit cost 40 fucking bucks. So then that's because I got that shit from the convenient. But like then I was like, I'm gonna order a vape pen. So I ordered basically the exact same vape pen that I've had for years because it's so fucking durable that it's crazy. It took over 100 drops for it to break, but it still not here. It said I don't know why it said 2 to 5 days, right? And I'm like, these sons of bitches, right? It was 4 days yesterday, and today is Sunday, so there ain't no mail. No, or maybe it was 3 days Saturday. I don't know how many days ago I fucking ordered the thing. I just thought it would be here by now. Because all I smoke is oil, right? Like, just pure oil or pure cannabinoids or wax or shatter or whatever. So I don't even got any bud to put it on to smoke it at home. So like, Dean Darklight, what's going on, bro? I am the bright says I am the brightest night. I am the darkest light. Hey, fuck yeah. Dean Darklight says I'm on my way to the dispensary. Hey, that's great. It's shitty here where I am because the closest dispensary is like 30 or 40 minutes away, right? Weed's legal, so it doesn't matter, but like it's still annoying. There's a bunch of sticker shops, but I don't go to these sticker shops because like they're just selling sprayed weed, right? Weed, CBD weed that it's sprayed with THCA. Like, so I'm not smoking their weed, but A48888 says, "Do you think we live in a simulation?" Yes, but I think it. Like I've said this in a video that yeah, but that also makes us have to rethink about what is a simulation or what is a computer, right? So like because we think a computer is some machine, we don't it's like we misunderstand what that word even means cuz like you could technically classify the galaxy, like the Milky Way galaxy as a machine. Like because there's mechanisms of action going on that is causing it to keep running. So like the planets go around the sun, the whole entire sun thing goes around the galaxy, like our little thing then goes around the whole galaxy. Like there's a system going on with the thing that we're in, and that system is like a machine, right? So like I think we're in some type of machine, but it'd be more like a higher dimensional simulation and not like a computer simulation. I think it's just almost beyond our thinking. But I've talked about this in an older video. I really wanted to talk about it in a new video because like now that I have a better grasp on the information, I feel like I could talk about it better. But I made an old video, a bunch of old videos about how I think E8 is the Matrix. But like E8 is just this thing in quantum physics, and I say this all the time, but I really do. And I think it also puts into question what we mean by a matrix, because the movie The Matrix, it's a really good metaphor for what we're inside of, but I think it's not that we're inside of a computer that's like because the world's taken over by robots. It's that higher dimensional versions of ourselves are playing in a third dimensional world, right? Like, we're a higher dimensional entity inside of a third dimensional body, because the body is a machine that allows us to exist in the physical world. It's like there's this thing to it. And in E8, with the E8 thing, they talk about quasi crystals, how there's a shadow, okay? And like how the fourth dimension is just a shadow of the fifth dimension, and the fifth dimension is just a shadow of the sixth, so forth and so on until it's E8, right? So it's like there's a fractal going on, and it's like a fractal simulation. Uh, Simulation on the from the lower realms to the higher realms to the it's just this giant machine thing, universe thing that we're all a part of. And yeah, that's kind of what I think the simulation is. I think it's deeper than the Matrix. It might even be worse. It might even be worse than being used as batteries by machines, right? I think it's the truth is more shocking than that. Like, it's got to be. Oh damn. Dean Dark Light says I gotta drive an hour to Branson, Missouri. Dean Dark Light, biomechanical machine avatar animated by divine mind, of which we all. You said that perfectly, bro. Yeah, exactly that. A biological machine, like an avatar. And yeah, the divine mind, that's what we really are. And that's what we're a part of. And we're just experiencing all these different experiences that we can here. And then we'll probably do something similar somewhere else. Right? Like, I've done DMT so many times, and it's like there's a whole world inside of DMT, like a whole world that's made of light. There's cities made of light. There's entities that are made of light, humanoid beings that look like the shape of a human, right? They look kind of shaped like a human, but they're made of light, right? Like, but that's what made me think, like, even not just my DMT experiences, but all these other people's DMT experiences. It's like they're also going to a world made of light, with beings made of light, with cities made of light. Like, not everyone, but a lot of people. You know, you meet jester entities and all these different things, but like, even though that world is so much different than this world, because we're in a physical body, in a physical world, and everything is made out of, like, we're in a carbon based universe, and it's almost like DMT space takes you to a photon based universe, but it still reminds me so much of what is already going on. I'm a being, I'm walking in a space, there's other beings that are also in this space, right? Like, I'm speaking a language which is giving information to the other beings, human beings that are in this space, right? Like, DMT was, yeah, crazier and way different, but also way the same. So different, but yet so the same, that it's scary almost. Like, it's like shocking, but I don't know. There's something going on. And like, Dean Dark Light says the farthest I got was meeting the infinite jester. That's dope. I used to, because DMT was the only psychedelic I had access to back in the day, right? Like, I did it before I even knew really what mushrooms were. So like, that's all I had. So then, and I had no knowledge on, I don't know, psychedelics really in general. I only had knowledge on DMT and shamanism. So like, my perspective of it was different. Like, when I went into it, I had a shamanic perspective before I even whatever, listening to Terrence McKenna for a year straight before I ever even did psychedelics, right? Like, I guess Terrence McKenna was the only non-shamanic knowledge I got of it, but like his knowledge is very modern shamanic. Um, but I think perspective has a lot to do with it as well. Like, what's your perspective, or what's the reason why you're using it, or what's your intention with it, or like, because like intention matters, because it's like it's not a, intention isn't about having expectations. It's just about having an idea of what the point is. Because if the point is shamanic traveling, you're gonna begin to learn things that will help you shamanic travel. Like, I learned a bunch of techniques, and then I came up with this one technique that I call following the rabbit. And what I mean is, when you take DMT or mushrooms or ayahuasca, you put a blindfold on, you sit in silent darkness, and then you look at what you see. The first thing you see, you look at it, but then you look deep within it. Just like you see there's plants right here, but if you look deep, you could see there's a vein that goes through each leaf. And then if you look deeper, you could see there are more veins, smaller veins. And it's very similar to that you look at like the thing and you can kind of travel. I don't know how to explain it, but you can learn how to maneuver in that space, just like you can learn how to maneuver in this space. Like, but it takes time and practice. Like, it took time and practice to learn how to speak English or to learn how to walk. First you had to crawl, then you had to walk, then you had to run, right? And it took practice. So like, it's like I had to practice a lot to be able to get these big shamanic experiences out of DMT, because my first experiences weren't really all that. It was just, the beginning stages. I didn't even see entities in the beginning, right? About my 5th or 6th or 7th DMT trip, that's when I seen, I don't know, I mentioned Alex Gray's painting. I think it's called The Net of Being. That painting is a real place inside of DMT space. That is a real place. Like, I've been in that place. Like I don't know how to explain it, but that's a real place. The gestures, they're real, right? But there's something beyond this thing where it's like, I call them, like, meeting the gestures, like seeing the vortex, like kind of just seeing they're inside the vortex or whatever. There's like little pit stops in the vortex that will like lead you to different rooms with gestures or entities or beings. But it's almost like, that saying, the light at the end of the tunnel? It reminds me of that, because at the end of the tunnel, there's usually a city made of light. And like, there's people that live there. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. It's a weird thing. I've had trips where I've lived a life there. Like, where I lived a life as a life being, just like right now I'm living a life as a human being. And it's like, words can't explain that, but it's just, it took me so many practices. I had to learn how to meditate, learn how to silence my mind. I learned focus practices. I did following the rabbit, when you just look at a big shape, then you figure out, well, what is that made out of? And you keep going deeper into the space. So like, instead of, you see a DMT jester, and you see a jester being, you ignore him and you look past him, try to see what's behind him. What's, like, if you can, like, because you can kind of be in the tunnel and then see a jester being, and your attention can go to that jester being, and then you're like, your attention is over here, so it's like you get pulled over here. That used to happen to me when I would look at the DMT vortex, and I would intentionally look away to the side of the vortex, and it would take me into the side of it, like a different part. It's almost like you go wherever your attention goes. Like, that's how you can maneuver, by controlling your attention. And that's why I think Terence McKenna used to talk about don't give away to astonishment, because then you get astonished and you end up being astonished by the whole thing and your attention is everywhere. You can't look at the whole DMT at once. It takes many trips to be able to look at each little piece of DMT. Like, if you learn how to focus on one part of it, you can start to see what that one part is. And then it's like you take the next trip to focus on a different part of it, to focus on a different intention. You know, Terence McKenna talked about he would try to call the entities, and he would say, like, come in, little green men, come in, little green men. And in my head, I would also talk to the entities. A lot of times I would call this female entity, and like so many times, bro, this female entity was with me through so many trips. Sometimes she was an actual female goddess looking energy made of light. Sometimes she was a giant cloud looking energy, but it was like a space cloud, but I could tell it was still her, because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but you can, with or without the body, you can tell who someone's personality is, or I don't know how to explain it, but like yeah. But it's like my intention a lot of times was, sometimes I would call for her, or sometimes I would, just kind of get caught up on the vortex, and then this female entity would show me like these giant 5th or 6th dimensional machines that are like powering the DMT vortex. Like, it's like the whole vortex behind the scenes. It reminds me of The Wizard of Oz, where like you see behind the curtain that it's just this guy pulling the strings, and it's like you see behind the curtain that it's like these, I don't want to say jester like entities, because they're kind of like that, but elf like entities or whatever, pulling the strings on these machines, working these machines that are kind of doing something. Like, I don't know, it's just DMT is so vast that like every trip I had was different but yet similar, because it's like, if I went to Japan right now and stared at a river in Japan, it's still a river. A river is a river. A city is a city. But there are slight differences in each city. There is slight differences with each river, but yet I'm still on Earth. And that's kind of what DMT felt like. Like, yeah, it took me to different places in this place, but it still felt like it was the same place. Like, if I went, I'm in upstate New York, but if I went somewhere else, or to Cali, or to the Bahamas, or whatever, I'm in a different place, but I'm still on Earth. So, like, DMT is interesting, because there's a whole world in there. And I was so naive when I did other psychedelics that I thought every other psychedelic was just like DMT, because everyone said DMT is the most intense psychedelic. So I was scared to do LSD because I thought it was going to be like DMT for 12 hours, which scared the fuck out of me. And I was scared to do mushrooms because they said that one was more like DMT. So once again, I thought that shit was going to last for hours. But then once I did all these other psychedelics, I found out that there is a difference, right? That with DMT, it was completely different. Where it's like, it forces you to let go and to travel and to do this other thing. But these other psychedelics, you're still here. Like, I could still go for a hike on mushrooms or go for a hike on LSD. I went for hikes, right, smoking DMT, but you have to lay down or sit down or whatever to smoke it. And then when it's over, you can get back up and you're still slightly tripping for a little while, but like, it's not the same as like mushrooms. Ayahuasca is going more towards the DMT thing because it's more relaxing. I guess the same thing with Hawaiian baby Woodrow seeds. That's why I like Hawaiian baby Woodrow seeds, because it was more like anything that's more relaxing, that forces me to close my eyes and like forces me to go into the psychedelic world. That's more my thing. Like I like to, I don't know, I just like to travel the psychedelic spaces, because there's a difference between psychedelic visuals and psychedelic visions. And I like having visions more than I like having visuals. But visuals are cool too, though, you know. I guess there's a time and place for everything. And like I said before, LSD helped me more with my mind than any other psychedelic. So, you know, every tool has its use. And I've used a lot of these tools and teachers, gained knowledge, applied the knowledge, worked on myself, worked on my mind, worked on my intentions with the things. Like, sounds crazy, but I built friendships with these things. Like, I don't know. Oh, Charles, what's going on, bro? I missed a lot of comments because I was just rambling on. Dean Dark Light says, Jester showed me that we are all God. We all create our own universe. Yeah. That's why I think thought, like, it showed me also that thoughts create reality. That thing is so real that, like, we don't, like, get it. Regal Survivor says, what did you say was shocking, almost even scary? Well, I guess the scary thing, I think I was talking about how DMT space and Earth, being a human and being a light being, is very similar. Like, the spaces are so similar that it's scary, because when you're there, it kind of gives you a realization of even why people would even come up with an idea of heaven, right? Of like the Golden Gates, like everything. It's like you get a deja vu when you are there. That is scary, because it's like you remember, even though you don't remember, but you remember when you're there. But when you come back, it's like you can't really put your finger on it, on what you remember. You can't really put your finger on it. But that's why a lot of people will come out saying, oh, DMT is more real than this world. Because, like, that's what I got out of it as well. That, like, if the soul is just your light being inside of a body, then the body is like a cocoon for your light being. Like, we're gonna turn into something when the cocoon breaks apart. And just like a butterfly, if you break a butterfly out of its cocoon, it will not be able to fly, because it gains its strength by breaking out of the cocoon. So, it builds its muscle that it needs to fly by the breaking out of the cocoon. So if you do it for it, it won't be able to fly. So it's almost like this life is like, it's hard, it's rough, it's hard to break out of the cocoon. But it somehow makes us strong enough to be without. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. But, like, Dean Dark Light. Yeah, that's about right, too. Says I tripped at least 50 times on DMT before I met a bean. Yeah. Before I actually started interacting with beans, yeah. Because it took a while. Milky Muppet says, hi, Mark. Dreams in third person, and also remember myself in third person. Do you mean, Mark, I dream in third person and I also, oh, I think I dream in third person. I don't know what that, actually, I don't know. I dream, like when I dream, you know how like right now I'm looking through my eyes, right? And it's like I'm seeing you through my eyes. But when I'm dreaming, it's like I'm seeing the thing from like up here almost, like almost at an angle. I don't know how to explain it because I can see myself instead of me seeing, like I can't see my own face right now unless there's a camera in front of me. Now I can see myself. But if I'm just walking, I can't see myself. But when I'm in a dream, it's like I can see myself walking, moving. So like I don't know if that's normal. Dim dark light. DMT is so different. It really is. Hey, go grab that weed, bro. I guess I'm gonna go get my drink and then I'm gonna start walking back. It's already been almost 2 hours. Oh shit, another fucking puddle. Regal Survivor says, I almost trip on DMT just when I think about taking it. DMT definitely, people think I'm joking when I say this, but I'm so serious. DMT is definitely my biggest trauma on earth. Like, there was nothing I've been through that is more traumatizing than a DMT breakthrough. But it's the only trauma that I will keep going towards, right? Like, now I have taken a break from using DMT ever since I discovered other psychedelics and other plants and herbs and other things. But eventually I'm going to get back to smoking DMT. I just felt like I had so much other shit to work on. You can learn a lot from the other tools, the other psychedelics, even plants. Well, that was everything to drink, so... Charles the Awakening, I appreciate you from dropping by though, bro. Says I got a tap, but appreciate the knowledge of the other side always. I appreciate you, bro, for real. I a Dreamcatcher, what's going on? If they do find new lands, will you go? I a Dreamcatcher says, if they do find new lands, will you go? What do you mean? Like, if they found another America? No, I'd probably stay right in America. Even if I got rich, I would probably just buy a house in one of the hills around here. Like, but I don't know what you mean by, if they do find new lands. Because the DMT lands, they're always there. And you're only one giant toke of DMT away from going there. Or one large dose of ayahuasca. Or one large dose of psychedelic mushrooms and silent darkness, right? You can travel to that thing whenever you have the balls to travel to that thing. Or you could travel the world whenever you have funds to travel the world, right? But I don't know what you mean. Milky Muppet says, same thing with me, but other families members say it's first person for them. Thanks for the reply. Yeah. I actually like that question because it's a thing that I wouldn't really think about. But, yeah. Regal Survivor says, can you learn patience from your trips? I don't know if it's patience you can learn, but you can learn to have maybe. Because I was going to say you can learn to have a calmer mind when you look at things, but I felt like I learned patience more from getting in shape, like working out. Because, like, I've been working out for a long time, right? Really 6 years. I mean, even psychedelics in general, if you're taking them spiritually and you're on a journey, it's going to take a while to start seeing results in that journey. So anything that takes a while will build you patience. Like if you're working on a project that takes a while, writing a book, making an album, getting in shape, using psychedelics spiritually instead of just having fun with them, because then you're not going to learn the patience thing. But to be able to integrate what psychedelics teach you, it takes a lot of time, which will require patience in order to see it all the way through. Like, because you could try to take, you could try to cheat, right? I'm not saying that TRT is bad, but I've never used TRT, and I never will, because like that wasn't my intention. My intention is not to get big. It's to get in the best shape that I can possibly get into naturally, and how to keep my body nice and young and healthy for a longer period of time. So like, my intention is different. So like, if your intention is not correct, then, and there's no right or wrong or correct, it's just, if your intention is to learn patience, then you'll have to use psychedelics in a certain way to learn that patience, to be able to slowly integrate what they teach you and add it into your habits, or to switch out a bad habit with a good habit. Anything that takes time. Raising children will teach you patience, right? Like, because it takes time to raise children, right? Like anything that takes time that you work on, you have the possibility to learn patience. This YouTube channel, right? My intention was never, oh, I want to get famous, right? Like, no. So because of that, I've had the patience to be able to keep making videos even if they don't get many views, right? Other people give up because they're not getting many views. But that's because they're not in it to learn patience. They're not in it to whatever. They're just in it to either win it or quit it. And to me, it's not about winning or losing. It's about my journey, my growth, my thing. But it goes that same thing with the psychedelics, though. You know? I think intention matters so much. But there's so many opportunities to learn like the same type knowledge, right? Like psychedelics and meditation are completely different, but yet they can teach you a similar thing, kinda. They can teach you certain practices that can help you in the real world, but meditation will never take you into the psychedelic world, right? So it's a little different, but the Zen mind state that you can attain from the spiritual journey is the same Zen mind state that you can attain from a serious meditative practice. Or like, oh, probably should have started heading back a little while ago, but like, yesterday was my rest day. Today was the hike day. Tomorrow it's back on the grind. But yesterday it was my rest day, so all I did was rest, right? I watched One Piece from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. And like, it reminded me that everything is good in moderation, right? Like, I was watching One Piece, all day, but I don't do that often. And it's like, if you work hard, you need to rest hard. If you work hard, you need to play hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. I have to go this way. I just want to go on the thing instead of going through all those trees. But I should have cut through the other thing earlier. Yep. Instead of going through that, I'm just gonna go back up on the dike to get back home. Holy fuck. Oh fuck, I'm all the way down here. I thought I was at the other one. Oh shit. Let's do this shit. It was like the wealthy part of town. Any questions before I shut off the live stream? Just let me know now. Dean Darklight says, get some concentrates. Agreed. That's all I smoke is concentrates. For right now, at least. I gave up smoking weed like 2 years ago. And now I only smoke the flower on special occasions, or if I go hang out with my friend Phi and his wife, or if I go hang out with my friend Eric. That's the only time I smoke flower. But that's also why I'm not smoking now. My pen broke, so I can't smoke concentrates on the go right now. Hopefully that shit gets there here tomorrow. Cause like, yeah. Cause for the past like 2 years, I've had a constant vape always. Like, and I don't vape nicotine. I just vape THC and cannabinoids and concentrates and shatter and crumble and wax and like whatever weed concentrate that exists. I'll smoke that out of my pen, but like, because the pens I get, you're able to put your own concentrate in it. So like, I don't like the pre-packaged concentrate carts. I hate them because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's in it. Like, really, like. That would be dope, Dean Darklight. I don't know if you know about True Life Stories, but it's been a little while since I've been in the live stream. But he live streams and shit, and sometimes I join in there. I know a lot of people join in there, and we all conversate. But eventually, I want to start doing like actual collab videos. AI Dreamcatcher asks, how soon till AI take over? It's kind of, I don't know if it's going to take over. I think it's going to integrate into society. Just like the internet integrated into society, or these cell phones. It's now integrated in society where we live stream, or we, have the internet or whatever. And it's starting to be integrated in society that people will ask ChatGPT things over Google. In the past, people would just, really in the very past, people would ask Jeeves. If you're old enough to remember Ask Jeeves, then, but then there was Google. And now there's ChatGPT and other AI things, and they're like AI search engines instead of just normal search engines. AI is complicated because it's integrated into so many things. The algorithm that pushes videos out is a type of AI in a sense, right? Like, and then there's different types of AI. I don't know if we're going to necessarily give AI a body, or if it's going to be connected to us. Like, Elon Musk is working on those chips. It reminds me of this show called The 100. I watched this show in like 2017 called The 100. It's an amazing fucking show, right? But spoiler, in the show, there's these chips that go in these people's brains, and these chips is in the brain, and the chip is an AI, okay? And there's one AI, like the first version of it was a fuck up. The second version of it is better, okay? But the fuck up version of it is the thing that destroyed the world, okay? It's a great show, you should watch it, it's fucking dope. But like, it just kind of shows that we kind of know what can go right and what can go wrong. But I think we're going more towards that instead of it being robots walking. As I'm taking a hike, I'm going to see robots walking too. Like, I mean, it could go there, but I don't think those robots will have, I don't know if we're going to give them the intelligence. We might keep AI in the chip, and imagine it's like you have the chip in your brain and it gives you access to all the things I'm doing with the phone, but without the phone, right? So like, but then you might be able to have an AI talk to you, right? Like, instead of Chat GPT, it'd be the AI in the chip, and you could just ask it questions and it can tell you. Like a voice in your head. That's kind of what was the 100 was like. But like, I don't know, I think we're going towards something that's more like cyborgs. Like, yeah. Which I think is awesome, but it's scary, but it's like, whatever, you know? Another thing I learned from psychedelics is just learning how to let go, right? And it's like, if this is the way the world's going, then we have to learn how to let go of what we think human is now. And we'll have to accept what human becomes. Because human has been evolving since the beginning. We don't make houses the same that we used to. We don't make phones the same that we used to. We don't, like, everything's evolving anyways, so, you know. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day. And I might make a video in a couple days. Haven't really been inspired. But yeah.